Well, welcome into the pregame show tonight. The playoffs. The Lancaster Tigers are in town to take on our Harker Heights Knights, the district champions, 12-6A. This back to back to back.
To back, 3-time.
Awesome.
3-time district champs.
Unbelievable, unbelievable, buddy.
Yep.
I tell you what, the kids did great over at Temple. We in Killeen always like to beat Temple. We in Harker Heights always like to beat Temple. And you went over there and got the job done.
Yeah, super proud of our kids and coaches. And, for old hats like you and I, Dan, that's a huge rivalry. Killeen versus Temple, Temple versus Killeen. Rich story, tradition-filled programs. And so that was always good. And kids were able to go there. It was a weird night. The weather rolled in, and we had an hour and 40-minute delay, and went out there and had a rush pregame. And so it was just kind of those deals, but we prepared our kids and talked about that. Champions will play, and we've been through every situation. Had a lightning delay early in the season, so we know what that's like. And so we were going to wait it out as long as possible, and when it got clear and all clear, we're going to be ready to go. So super proud of our kids and their focus, and our coaches keeping the kids focused, and really grateful for all the fans that were there, even in bad weather, to be there to support us and cheer us on and celebrate at the end. So it was a great game, and Temple is a really good football team. There's a reason why they were also 7-2 and fighting for a share of the district championship. And what better way to play it all the way down to the end? Harker Heights versus Temple in the last game for the outright district championship, and they're fighting for a share of the championship. So hats off to Coach Stewart and his crew. They have a really good football team, and it was a playoff football game. And so proud of that, and glad that we've played these type of huge ball games, getting us ready for the playoff run.
And it's always a team win because so many integral parts of your team come together. It's never one superstar making all the plays. It's so many guys that come in and make each play to make each touchdown.
Yeah, and we pride ourselves on playing team football at Harker Heights. And again, just like I said last week, team success always comes before individual success. And when you're playing in 6A football and you're playing in the playoffs, you have to have a great team, and that means you have to play at a high level, special teams, high level offensively, high level defensively, because this time of the year, one crack in any of those can cost you the ball game. And so huge team victory in all three phases. Played really well last Thursday night.
And Lancaster Tigers up next for you. You have a chance to look at them on Huddle and see how what they do. What they look like.
Yeah, so Lancaster Tigers, traditionally a 5A team that's moved up to 6A in the last alignment. I'm very familiar with them from being from the Metroplex and played them before. From District 11 6A, the District of Doom, playing Duncanville, DeSoto, and so don't let their record fool you. They played one of the toughest schedules in the state, non-district. Played North Crowley, who's undefeated, top 3 in the state, Aledo, who's number 1 in 5A, Hebron, and then started district play with Duncanville, DeSoto, and so they're battle tested. They're very talented. They're very well coached. They're loaded with Division I talent on both sides of the ball, and they play great football. And so another test, that notch goes up, that intensity goes up. We'll have to be on our P's and Q's, and again, we'll have to play well in all phases and have to play well as a team. They're a very, very good football team. Last year they were in 5A, and I believe they were 5-5. And then they rattled off 4 playoff wins and got all the way to the quarterfinals. Coach Paul does a great job, and they're a typical 11-6A team, and so we'll have to be on top of our game, and we'll have to play really well tonight.
Yeah, it sounds like they played a tough schedule as you did, man.
Oh, yeah, they're battle-tested. There's no doubt. They play great football up there. They're well-coached. They have really good players. It's almost a mirror image. They have their strengths. We have our strength. And so it's just 6A playoff football. First round, that first one's always the hardest to get. But our kids have practiced really well. They're well-prepared. We get to play at home. And, we're playing at a high level and playing really good football.
Yeah, it's going to be great playing at home at Leo Buckley Stadium. Very familiar with that place. I know you played on that field, of course, and all these kids have played there all year. It's home. It's the home field for the Harker Heights Knights.
Oh, no doubt. It's a blessing. Talk about defending the buck, and so our kids will be familiar and be comfortable in their routine. Anytime you're district champs, and anytime you get to host a round one playoff game, what a blessing! What a blessing for our kids, our coaches, our school, our community. Hopefully the stands are packed and they're cheering on the Knights because this doesn't get to happen everywhere. The kids have fought their tails off and worked extremely hard since December to earn this, and they deserve this. And so we're going to enjoy every moment of it, and I hope our fans and our parents and our community and all that enjoy that all the way through. A lot of hard work has gone into that to have this opportunity, and we're looking forward to it.
And we talked about it, one game at a time mentality. We've talked about that. You've talked about that since the beginning of the season.
Oh, the same process doesn't change for us. We're really not focused on the opponent, nameless, faceless opponent. Just happens to be another team from another town and different colors, different mascot. If we continue to focus on us and get better, and so going into round one, our 11th game, and if we can play better than we did games 1 through 10, we'll be in great shape. But that's always a challenge during this time. There's a lot of distractions that go on, a lot of teams that get off, derailed and focus on other things that are not important. And we talked about, and we try to educate our kids in the state. There'll be a major upset of teams that are expected to go a long way. They get upset in round one because they were distracted or unfocused or something that happens that took away from their success that they had in the season. And so we look to avoid that. I know our kids have. They practice really well.
Yep, a good practice this week. Ready for kickoff. Any final words of wisdom to the kids before we hit on the field?
No, just super proud of our kids, our staff, our community. What a blessing, and to host a round one playoff game, and look to go out there and play at a high level tonight. I know our kids will lay it on the line. They always have, and they play hard, and let the chips fall where they may. Bring our absolute best effort. And so, as always, we always end with "Go Knights, rep the shield."